We're getting very excited about the fact it's been discovered that the Army could seek to discipline troops who refuse a COVID jab. Orders to the Royal Artillery and Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers say, and I quote, anyone who's refusing to have the CV-19 jab, we'll call it the COVID jab, is to be educated by the COC, that's chain of command, and any rumours quashed. If they still refuse, they may be deemed as unfit to soldier and dealt with accordingly. What does that mean? Well, unfit to soldier, I can tell you, is an offence under the Armed Forces Act. The orders are believed to have been sent this week, but are they right? We'll be speaking with a leading lawyer on that case in just a moment. Let's get the military perspective first from Major General Tim Cross, who has in the past, as a serving Army officer, been deployed in operations in the Middle East, Northern Ireland and Iraq, and joins me now. Right or wrong, Major General? Good morning.
Good morning to you. Thanks for
Not at all,
giving me a call. I think the bottom line is, a simple answer is, I think they're right. But like all these things, you need to handle stuff carefully. At the end of the day, the people in the military are to be prepared and ready to deploy on operations around the world at any time. And of course, in the current COVID crisis, to be able to deploy around the UK at any time to help with all of the, all the stuff that's going on. So, having everybody in the military having jabs, having 2 jabs and making themselves safe, and also making it safe for them to be able to work with other people must be the right approach. Now, you come back to the point that there are going to be some people, for good reason, who won't be able to have the jab. There'll be, for whatever reason, there'll be
there are some medical... it's vanishingly thin, Major General, but there are a couple of people who actually, we can't give them the jab because it could kill them. And I'm sure if a lad or woman came to you and said, look, sir, I possibly can't have it, you're going to listen to them, I would imagine. Of
course. And it should be vanishingly thin, because we don't want many people unable to deploy on operations around the world. And there have been times when I've had jabs. The first Gulf campaign in 1991, we had all sorts of stuff stuffed in our arms and pills to take and so forth because of the threat of nerve agent and all the rest of it.
Made for an interesting night's sleep, I imagine.
So, at the end of the day, it must be right. And there are other areas, like we all know the debates that are going on about care homes and people working in the NHS, etc. And each of those areas must look at this issue from their own perspective. But from a purely military perspective, being capable and ready to deploy on operations at any time around the world must be the primary intent for all of our Navy, Army, Air Force, military people.
So there's a knock on your door, you're still serving, there's a knock on the door, and a female soldier presents herself and says, look, sir, I'm very sorry, I really have concerns. I have heard that this will affect my fertility. I won't be able to have a baby in years to come. Please don't make me have the jab.
Yeah, she then has to consult the medics and have a conversation with the medics.
I see.
And the whoever she's working for. Let's say she's working in a company environment where she has a company commander and platoon commanders and so forth. Of course they have to have that conversation. And of course they have to consult the medical and so forth. But at the end of the day, and there may be extenuating circumstances. We've got to be sensible about this.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the vast majority of people should be able to have these jabs and should have these jabs. And if people are saying they cannot deploy on operations for various reasons, then it needs to be seriously asked, then why are you in the military?